Good evening, YouTube. I just thought I'd just do one more video today, and this will be, you can call it my EDC video. EDC, for those who are not familiar with the term, means everyday carry, and I do not carry some things that a lot of people do for various reasons. A lot of it being either I can't afford it, I don't have a need for it, or it's just something that it's just not me. So anyway, for most days when I go out, whether it's like to Walgreens to pick up my medicines, or I'm going to the mosque, or I'm going to the grocery store, or I'm going to live stream an event such as a protest or public meeting, city council or state legislature or whatever, of course, I have to have my keys. I have to be able to get into my apartment when I come back home or check my mail, but I also keep my, I'm a key holder for my mosque, so I keep my mosque keys on here. I also have keys for my bike locks, so just a simple carabiner, and I hang them on a little peg thing. When I come home, I just hang them up on this little peg thing that I got right by my door. So that's one thing. The next thing I keep on my purse all the time, and that is this has my bus pass. Underneath it is my reduced fare ID card, and on the other side, underneath an old bus pass, I sometimes hide it, my press badge, which I got for I do live streaming and of events, and then I post them up, and I use this press badge to get into some events that I otherwise might have to pay for. And it's just easy. I keep my bus pass on there, so I can just whip it out, slide it in the slot in the bus, and I find a place and take a sit. Shades, gotta have my shades. And I just bought this new case at a thrift store, which I featured in one of my haul videos recently. Got this for $1 because I lost my other one. It popped out of my purse and I didn't even notice it. Gotta have my shades, especially this time of year, because on days like today, boy, did I need them. I have Altoids, and this one actually has, and it's in there, which are about half gone. And the tin I will do something with, either make a kit, or I might send it to someone for making their kits. So yeah, I have Altoids, but I have another Altoids tin that I put a breast cancer awareness band around. This once had the honey flavored, but I keep cough drops in it because it's just easier to deal with that than a bag. And so that's what I do with that one. I don't use this a lot, but I keep them on me. This is a Mickey Mouse mint tin that has earbuds in it, just in case I go on a long trip and I might want to listen to something quietly. I have several pens, never have too many pens, and I have a stylus for if I'm wanting to use my tablet or my phone screen if I can't do it with gloves. So and sometimes when I go out, I put depending on the time of day, I might have to take my pills with me, so I use one of these little things. I got different versions of this. Just a pill box. And then in this little goodie, which used to be one of those novel, promotion of first aid kits that a company might do, with they're handing out for free. I have two things in here, well, actually three. This is lens cleaner. Oops. lens cleaner and a wipe. And I also keep, in this bag, I keep called a Qibla compass because it's used for finding prayer direction. Yeah, Muslims use it, but it's still a compass. So if I have to use it for emergency, for navigation, I don't have another compass on me, I still got this thing. Plus I can hang it because it's got a ring on it. And I like to keep it in here. I just got this cheap thing on eBay, but I still keep it in here just for just because I don't want the lens to get scratched. I do not think it is liquid filled. It doesn't seem to be, but what the heck? And this old coin purse has seen better days. But when I get change, I separate quarters. I don't have any in there because I use them all for laundry. But anytime I get quarters, 25-cent coins for US, we call them quarters here, I separate them into here from the rest of my change because I save those for laundry. I do have one map, but it's for the bus routes. It doesn't have the whole city, but it has the bus routes. So if someone needs to see where a particular bus goes, I can pull this out and show them. It's seen better days, but you know, I always get new ones once, you know. I replace it now and then. Got a notepad. Snagged a free one recently, so. And this little thing, I have a few tiny screws in there. I took them to my mosque because one of the toilet paper holders was missing a set screw. That's why it's flopping around and falling off. So I took a few different ones, test them out, found one that works. So, but I still keep these other ones in there just in case I have a screw loose. I have this is peppermint essential oil. I use it as a topical pain reliever because I have a knee pain due to arthritis and a few other things. And this is just the Walgreens version of the Tide to-go pen to do spot stain treatment. I keep that in there. I have a lip balm. This is the label came off, but I don't use this one much. But if I have to use it as a fire starter or to, you know, I will, because it has wax in it. I have a jeweler's loop for I can either start a fire with it, or this is a 10x. I can either start a fire with it, or if I need to magnify something, you know, really small print, I use that. I have another lip balm which I don't use because there's I just think it's weird, but I have it. It was a freebie. I could use it as a lubricant for something that might be slippy. But the lip balm that I'm currently using is this reddish EOS thing. I just call it an egg. So it's a big old waxy thing. And I got old wallet which I've had for years, and I keep this. I have this. This is actually a merchandising tag, but it's steel. I like to keep it in here to prevent card reading. And then I have if I need to write addresses, I can do it in this little thing. It's held closed by by magnets. Or I can use it as a notepad if I need to. I won't show you the cards for obvious reasons. But I also have a card tool that I recently got, and I showed it in one of my mail call videos. See, this is the Wallet Ninja. It has assorted things on here, and it's a pretty thick steel, and it even has on here which part of it is supposed to do what, and it's printed on both sides. And I keep it in this sleeve to protect it. I also have this steel thing. It's just a bottle opener, but I think with a little work I could probably sharpen it up to rip sparks off a ferro rod. It's still something I like to keep in the wallet. And I'm hoping that maybe all these things will serve to prevent card reading. But I want to get a new wallet one of these days because the coin purse thing just, the zipper broke. And I also keep this little tiny tin, and it doesn't have much in it, but it has a little looks like a little bit of petroleum jelly. So if I have to, and if I have I can take a tissue or a piece of cotton or something, I can run it through this stuff and use it as a fire starter. I need to get some more Vaseline or a generic knockoff and put some more in here. And I have just a cheap old 9 LED flashlight. I think I need to change the batteries in it. I mean, it was working earlier. I might have got pushed. Might have got bumped around, so. But it uses this holder for the battery, so I'll put new batteries in there. But it's just on, off. That's all it does. But I got a 3-pack of these. For probably the price of a better quality one, but you know, they're decent lights, so I'll change the batteries later. And then I keep this thing. This carabiner has a paracord bracelet that I got from Sammy as part of my prize pack when she had her 600 subscriber giveaway. It has a compass. It has a whistle, which sometimes works, sometimes doesn't, but it has a little ferro rod and pull this thing out is a striker for the ferro rod. Just gonna slip it back in here. And I keep it on here instead of wearing it every day. But on here there's another compass, and I just keep it like this. This is a thermometer, but it is Celsius. And this I also got, so I got this from her also. And then this is the can opener that she has sent as part of the prize pack. This whistle as part of the prize pack. And I just call this an earlobe shape key tool. It's got different things on it, like a fish scaler, can opener, bottle opener, wrench sizes and all that. And sometimes I can rip sparks off a ferro rod. It's not the best striker, but I've done it. And then I have my Gerber shard. I sent her the exact same one, and this is the real deal, like the one I sent her. Then this is a bottle opener thing that I've had for several years, just a corporate logo thing. And I have a Leatherman Micra. Open it up and it has the scissors in it. It's a little bit of play, but you know it works, and you have to open it up in order to get to tools inside. But you know, I have used it, and I used a little blade to cut zips, and the scissors do work. So I got that as part of a box of small pocket knives that was used on eBay from a seller who says they were confiscated by TSA. And then the last thing I have on here is my Spyderco Bug. Oops, sorry about that, I bumped my mouth. So Sammy has this as one of her little blades. So the Spyderco logo, I'll show that. I don't know if you can see that. And it does have a 90-degree spine on the back. So you can rip sparks off a ferro rod with this thing. So if I'm going into, say, a state government building where they have a security checkpoint, I will leave this at home, because otherwise this will get nipped, my bug will get nipped. So, and possibly, I don't know if they would allow me to get away with these, but I would just leave this whole thing at home if I was going into, say, the state capitol or a federal building. And the other thing I have is just the coin purse where I put my other change in. I put my paper money in it because I can close it. And I keep coupons and things like that in here. It's denim. I've had it for a while, so it's a good little thing. And I had just some tissues in here, but I gave some to someone who was crying about something, and actually I gave them to her yesterday while I was live streaming, because she got a little emotional when she got done testifying at a hearing that I was covering. You know, I just ripped this out and gave her a couple of them. You know, just to help her out. So, and then sometimes I may mess with it or I may not. This is my glow-in-the-dark fidget spinner. And if for some reason I have to crack this thing to make a bow drill, I could use one of these, because I discovered these things do spin independently. At first I didn't think they did, but then I was messing with it later after I made that initial video, and it does. These things do spin independently. So if I have to bust this thing in order to make a bow drill set, I could use one of these, or I could just leave it in and just hold it like this, you know, put this in my palm and then hold this over my spindle and then, you know, do whatever. So yeah, or just use it as a night glow, because it does glow in the dark. So that is pretty much my everyday carry. So I don't know if this helps anybody or just gives someone ideas. So, you know, my stuff evolves over time. You know, until I won that prize pack, I didn't have these. I didn't have anything more than this. You know, I have a whistle on just a like shoestring type lanyard, but that is in my first aid pack, which is this red pack over there that I'm taking to a large group camp with me later this summer. And then I have other whistles elsewhere. So I do have a fair number of whistles. I just have them dispersed. And one of the whistles that I have is in my prize pack for my 500 subscriber giveaway, which I will announce when I get closer to that time. Oh, most important thing, I don't smoke, but sometimes you have to flick your pick. So thanks for watching, and catch you on the flip side.